Well, hello everyone. Good morning. Well, at least it's morning over here where I am. Thank you so much for tuning in today to the iNaturalBody channel. You're watching this video. I am behind the computer again. I wanted to come on today and share a video with you where I'm kind of picking up with working my recipes. I didn't realize how many recipes that I'd accumulated over time, but I did want to come on and let you guys see what I've been working on. At least what I am doing is just showing you what I have completed so far. My SoapMaker 3 software is already open. You guys can review the previous videos on how to open the SoapMaker 3. I want to just jump in it real quickly. While I've been working on my recipes, entering them into the software, I've noticed that initially I wasn't organizing it in such a way where I put a number before each one of the recipes, and it's a system that I think will work out perfectly, especially if you have several different recipes. As for myself, a lot of the recipes that I have are custom made, and some of them I've come across over time. Other soap makers have shared, but in the process of organizing and setting up my SoapMaker 3 Professional software, as you can see, I've entered several. And there are some numbers 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, and then 9. Those numbers represent the number of base oils used to create this particular recipe. So I don't have to necessarily go into each recipe per se to figure out, oh, how many base oils am I working with? And the reason why I did this is because in the process putting my recipes into the system, I kept having to go back into each one of these different recipes to see if it wasn't a duplicate. I think putting a number that correlates to the number of base oils in the particular recipe, as I was working in the software last night, it became a little inconvenient to have to go back into every last one of these. And what I did was I would literally open each one of them. I had all of these different recipes on my entire dashboard, showing every last one of them and going through each one and comparing it to the recipe that I was working excuse me, that I was working in. So as I look down at my recipe that's on paper in front of me, I have a total of 6 different oils. 6 different oils, and I want to make sure that it's not one that I just recently did. I think it is. So, and this is a good example. If you're working on putting your recipes into the system, you have your stack of papers or recipes that you may have printed out from the different soap calculators that the online community provides. I would print those things out, and so I have like several of them in front of me. The one that I have in front of me, I can remember I do recall entering it. I have it in front of me. There's 6 different base oils that were used. All I have to do is line up, go on the computer and look for the number 6, double click on those only. And so this one I have 6 different oils, and there's another one that I have, and this is all that I do. Immediately I'm able to pull up just the recipes that have 6 base oils, and now I can compare what's on my hard copy in front of me with the electronic copy on the computer. And so I'm looking at it here. Yes, so this was my last recipe that I entered into the system, the 6 solid bar shea butter solid soap recipe. Alright, so I can close out of that because I'm not making any changes. And now I'm moving on to the next one. As I compare the oils, it's the exact same recipe that's on the next one. And I don't know, there's something very liberating when you throw a piece of paper away that you once held on to for so long. So now I'm working on my next recipe. I'm going to get that in the system, and you guys will be able to see me do a couple of those. So I have a new recipe. I will click on new. It's a solid soap recipe. I get my window that opens up. I'm going to move it over so you guys can see it. And initially it's set on base oil, so I can go ahead and start entering in my base oils. And my soap calculator paper gives me the different measurements in pounds, ounces, and grams. What I like to do is highlight the pertinent information, especially where it relates to water, lye, fragrance. I highlight those numbers where it's provided for me in ounces, and it helps me to go a little quicker. And I hope that this is beneficial to you, because we learn from watching and doing, right? I'm I'm not sure where you live, but where I live, it's a cool day today, a cool spring day, and it's quite bright. It's very pretty outside today. I think I'm going to pull my camera out and roll around with my 50mm lens and just get some nice shots of some of those beautiful spring flowers that are starting to show their true colors. Going back to the software, I think it's really neat that we have access to something like this where I don't have to keep all these different pieces of paper. Though I had a nice system going, I think what I'm going to use that area for is something completely different, not housing recipes. And so this is the end of my base oils. Once I've entered all of my base oils, I take a look at everything, tab over. From here, I click on the lye water tab. I look at my lye discount. On my paper, my superfat amount is 5% and not 6%. I compare the caustic soda. I compare those numbers to what I have from the soap calculator form, and 2.48, 2.44. That's close enough, I believe. Let's see what happens if I go down, because I want it as close as possible to what the recipe is. 2.4. I want to keep it as close as possible to what the recipe was. So I know in this case 2.5 would round up, and that's what I want. Next, what I do is I compare the water needed. And I also check to see if there was a water discount. So let me double check those numbers. All right, so it's different here. It's 6.7. So let's see what happens if I do. In order to increase the amount of water that I need displayed, I need to enter negative numbers. And my form has it as 6.70 ounces. And as you can see here, I'm on 6.16 ounces. So we're going to go back. Let's see. We're at 6.3. Let's do negative 10. That puts us at 6.5. Negative 15 puts us at 6.8. We need to come down maybe to negative 14. Now I'm at 6.8. What about negative 13? It puts me at 6.75. I think negative 12 might put us where we need to be. Yes. And so this way, when the number rounds to the 10th place, we get 6.7, and that's where I'm at. Okay, now the next thing that I do is I go ahead and look at my additives, and that's simply by clicking into the next tab. And at the same time, what I'm doing is making sure that I don't have anything that's going to be adjusting the water, because remember, you have to click this to reduce the water by the additive that you're using. So if there's goat milk in the soap, I'm definitely going to check adjust water. But I'm looking on at my notes on this hard copy, and the only thing that I have in this bar is turmeric with a brown sugar spice, and I also noted that it's very slow trace and highly cleansing. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and enter that information. And right off the top of my head, I believe I did not have the turmeric entered, but I know I'm going to check it twice in two different areas. For the most part, if when you begin to type it doesn't come up like that, you can assume that it's not listed in your supplies. And so what I do when I get that message, I will click on My Supplies, and I will click on Additives. Make sure the Additives tab is highlighted. I will click New, and I will go ahead and enter a new herbal turmeric, and the specific gravity will be 1. And from here, turmeric should be highlighted. You can see it here with the gray strip going across. We don't have any in stock, but I'm going to go ahead and add that supply. And these I get from the Dollar Tree, I think. I have several, so some of them I've gotten from the Dollar Tree. And let's see, I need to take a quick look. I could have sworn that I entered that in. And maybe not. And let me check the price of that. And all I'm doing to check the prices is going onto the website and get a price off of the internet for it from that store. And it's $2.48. All right. And once I have that entered, I know that's the only thing. And I will save it. And save and close. A new order has been set up, and I actually have another order that I need to set up from, let's see, this is Cajun Candle, and it's a fragrance oil, and the name of it is Brown Sugar and I have one of those. That is 1 ounce in size, and these were $2.49. And I'll save and enter and save and close. And then I will close out that and also close out my supplies because I'm done with it. And now I'm back to the window that we left off with for the solid soap recipe. So now when I go to enter my turmeric, now it comes up easily, and I can, actually it's a fragrance oil, and I can type in brown sugar and it comes up. And as I look at my hard copy, once again, just to double check and look over things, and I want to review my base oils real quickly. Everything looks pretty good. Now I can jump over to my notes and slow trace good cleansing bar and temperature at 111 degrees. And that's it. I hope the video was beneficial to you as you guys followed and watched as I entered in a recipe. And this recipe I named the Benoit bar because it has turmeric, which is good for pain relief. And I'm saving that there, and that, my friend, is, oops, I missed one part. Let me rename it. Well, actually, let me go in and show you what I'm doing to keep up this system. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 base oils. I'm going to close this out. Right click on my mouse, rename recipe, position my cursor at the very beginning, type in the number 6, space, enter, and it organizes it right where I need it to be. I hope the video was beneficial to you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the description box below. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. This is Sonia saying thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye.